Hello, Kryptonauts, and welcome back to another episode of Cryptocurrency Chat, episode 462, November 23rd, 2022. Here with my co host, Jake Jabarelli, just the day before Thanksgiving. What's up, Jake?
Oh, happy holidays, I guess.
Yeah, you ready for Black Friday and Cyber Monday?
I don't shop on those days. Not
Not even Cyber Monday? Come on, man.
nope.
You gotta get some hardware, man.
No, I buy when I need and I sell when I need, and I don't cave to FUD or FOMO. So I'm not gonna cave to any of their advertising.
That is excellent. It's the way it should be, actually.
Well,
Um,
it's a good policy to hold, in my opinion.
oh, Perfect. All right, then. With that said, let's go ahead and get started with the first news of the day. You want to start that off?
Yeah. So there's this interesting thing. The Japanese Bank of Japan, in particular, Japan kicks off the central bank digital currency experiment. I thought India was already doing this. So, yeah, I guess privacy advocates have voiced some pretty big concerns about the CBDCs. I think we're not explicitly privacy advocates, although we are advocates for privacy. I'm not trying to mince words with that. But allowing the state to snoop on citizen spending, which is what we've been saying all along, that
Mm-hmm.
if you let the country hold your coin, not your keys, not your crypto, or in this case, not your money. So, I
Period.
mean,
Yep.
is it good that Japan tests this? Yes. Same with India. Same with the United States. It's good that we test it. The only thing I think we probably worried about, and obviously for Japan, is whether or not it turns into a forced thing, and that if you live in that country, you have to hold coin in the CBDC, in which case it's not your money anymore at all. You live here, we own you, we own your money, we own everything. When
Yeah. And
fortunately,
you can't
crypto
leave.
is still a thing, which means you can still use crypto, even if just not CBDCs. So
Isn't that crazy? Like knowing that if you live in a country, you can't leave the country without the blessing of the national leaders, right?
yeah,
You can't
no,
take your money with you. You can't take your property with you. You can leave, but you're not taking this money with you. This is the
right.
Japanese yen,
And at that
or the
point, I would
Japanese
say
rupee.
then move your CBDC currency into crypto and stop, keeping CBDC. Now, this is still an experiment. We'll see how this goes, right? There's been
Right,
lots
right.
of lots of currencies in the world, and if anyone's learned anything about espionage movies, it's that non non fungible items like paintings and watch and wristwatches still hold value. So you don't have to necessarily keep your money in the form of some kind of fungible token like a CBDC. You could keep it in a non fungible token.
See, but the thing is with CBDCs, the government has the ultimatum of what you can purchase, so they can they can literally not allow you to buy any crypto
Yes,
with your
yes.
CBDC.
By this normal standard, I say yes. But if you haven't ever heard of the food stamp gray market,
Hmm? Hmm?
then you
Yeah.
don't know that although it may not be publicly possible to buy things with the government's money,
Mm-hmm.
it's certainly possible to buy other things with the government's money.
Yeah, I see where you're going with this. That's actually I didn't think about that, but yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a thing. That
So
is a
that
thing.
will always be a thing, as long
Hmm.
as I mean, even in the most egalitarian society like what Russia and China are turning into, there's still backdoors. There's backdoors on everything. As much as they want control, even in the future sci-fi versions of things where it seems like everything's in perfect control. If you're watching The Peripheral, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's on Amazon, and yeah, uh, if even when it seems like people are watching your every move, there's still ways of getting currency. I mean, if prisoners can get cell phones into prison, it's possible to beat the system.
Yeah. So just to wrap this one up, the Bank of Japan, which is kind of like the U.S.'s Federal Reserve Bank, they're working with three major banks around the region
Hmm.
uh, to create to create the digital yen starting next year. It's already like, dude, everybody's jumping on board with CBDC. So like you said, we'll see what happens
Yeah,
next year.
we'll see how this works, but it's not the end all be all. As scary as it might seem, it really isn't. There's always going to be some other way. So continuing on, crypto
All right, this one's
paradise.
written by Jose Antonio Lanz. Crypto paradise. El Salvador prepares new law to pave the way for all crypto. All right. It is the first country to declare Bitcoin as legal tender and is now working on digital asset issuance law. Okay, digital asset issuance law, the DAIL, dial,
Dial.
dial,
Yeah, Dale. Dial.
dial,
D-I-A-L.
dial.
Yeah.
Yeah, which would facilitate operations with any crypto assets. That's actually what I like. I'm kind of I want to know what what the loopholes are on this. Like, do you have to use the Chiva wallet to use all these crypto? But that wouldn't make sense because yeah, there's got to be more information in regards to this. I think it's cool. I think it's absolutely cool that they're doing this. This is like one of the good things right here. They're seeking to promote efficient development of the digital asset market and protect the interest of acquirers. All right.
Yeah, there's
What
a
else?
lot of different things that appears. In particular, there's a little list at the bottom down here. Was the in Twitter thread, the cryptocurrency lawyer Anna Ojeda Caracas points out some of the most interesting features of the law: creation of a registry of digital providers, legalization of cryptos, yay! Inclusion of a legal definition of stablecoins and token, also yay! Regulation of public offerings of digital assets, awesome! And tax exemption in some cases, woo!
See, this is what Uncle Gary needs to be working on. This. That's why I'm saying this is pretty. This is. It's nice to have those laws and regulate. It's unavoidable. There's gonna be people out there that are gonna be like, no, we shouldn't have any regulations and laws with crypto. It's unavoidable. It's going to happen. It's going to be part of our world. It's going to be part of our government. So there's going to be laws and regulations on it. Now, in regards to Uncle Gary, it's non-existent, and it doesn't look like there's anything being worked on. That's what's frustrating. Maybe there's stuff being worked on in private, but it's frustrating that we don't know what's going on publicly.
Right.
You guys are doing nothing. Just calling everything a security or a scam or a Ponzi. It's like dude, help us out here. Help us
Yeah.
be regulated. Help us, guide us in the way we're supposed to be working with. Right here with El Salvador, it looks like they're paving the way to have businesses be successful, which is good.
Yep. Maybe. I mean, this they can set the example, right? El Salvador is way far ahead of almost everyone else as far as standardizing crypto in their country. So they're the experiment. Thank goodness someone's doing it. Moving on to an article about Grayscale
Oh yeah.
by Sujith Samaraj. Kathy Wood's ARK Invest scoops another $1.4 million of Grayscale's Bitcoin trust. Well, somebody's interested in buying up. What do they know?
Mhm. Well, if you haven't heard, GBTC has been down like 50%.
Right.
So you're getting literally half the price. That's like a big plus if you can scoop it up. So yeah, I think and Kathy Wood's been in crypto, publicly on the crypto side for a few years now, and so
I mean,
do that. It's like I'm not surprised. Yeah.
this firm, Florida-based firm, bought what 315,000 shares of GBTC, totaling
Yeah,
about $3 million last week.
yeah, Ark Investment. Yeah. So she's I think the CEO of Ark Investment, and they've been working with crypto for a
And
while
how
now.
much do they hold?
That's a good question.
Six
I should
point
actually.
three five seven million
Oh, there it is.
GBT
Yep.
shares, representing roughly, well, 0.5% of the firm's total investments. That's not a lot for the firm per se, but still a good chunk of change.
Mhm.
What, one two hundredth of the value? Um, yeah, the Coinbase frequently performs on-chain validation due to security concerns. We do not take, this is a quote, do not make such on-chain wallet information and confirmation information publicly available through our cryptographic proof of reserve or other advanced cryptographic account procedure. And this is what we were complaining about. People were saying, right, that they're not divulging their information. They're like, hey, we're a private company. We don't have to.
Yeah, that's what we were saying in the last episode. And did you read that tweet there?
Yeah, I did. Well, not the tweet. I
Yeah,
just read the quote. So.
yeah, I was gonna read that. The tweet from Grayscale says Coinbase frequently performs on-chain
Oh yeah, no,
validation due
that
to
was the quote tweet. Sorry, yes, my bad.
yeah.
It was a quote that was in the article that was also a tweet. So
All right, so they're look at that. See, per Grayscale's latest announcement, the company's GBTC underlying value at $9.9 billion, reflecting a holding per shares of $14.43. Now, I gotta say this on the record. I wish I got into this at the beginning, but I was, and I think I told you this offline, Jake. When I saw it on the market, it was like pennies. It was like less than a dollar, less than 50 cents for sure. It was like, I don't know, like 30 cents per share. But in my head, I'm like, why would I pay a premium
Hmm.
for a GPTC when I can invest that exact same amount of money
Yep.
and hold my own Bitcoin in my
Yep.
own wallet?
And I guess at the time, if you were in the beginning, like 2012 or something, buying Bitcoin at that, then yes, you would have made a lot more money on Bitcoin than you ever would have on GBTC. So, but you would have had to go through the roller coaster, which we all did anyways.
All right, let's head on the
So
fourth one.
Celsius. Oh man, this is all you, right?
Yeah, okay, yeah, sure. Andrew Asmakov, Celsius customers have until January to file claims in bankruptcy proceedings. So, I received an email. I'm sure just about everybody else received emails that was part of Celsius, stating that they pretty much have 30 days to verify of their holdings that they had in their Celsius account during the time when it filed for Chapter 11. So all that information's in the email. And if you have any concerns or questions, you can email um,
Mm-hmm.
Stretto.
Strato,
You
yeah.
notify Stretto, and they'll be able to fix that for you. But yeah, everything looks okay. They're proceeding forward with it, which is good. I was kind of concerned because there was no updates for a while, but now we got an update, and here it is. So that's good.
Yep,
Um,
gonna go forward with
it,
giving, hopefully getting people's money back to them. And we'll see. There's a couple of options, right? We talked about that.
it, which ones?
Well, about the company that was coming in that nobody trusts.
Oh, I don't know if I want to talk about that on
Okay.
the episode here. Yeah, yeah. Let's see. So there's this thing here down. It says these include customers who actually the court ruling also listed several categories for which customers will not need to submit a proof of claim. These include customers whose claims are not scheduled as disputed or contingent or unliquidated, as well as a case where the claimant does not disagree with the amount, nature, or and priority of the claim. Pretty much what I just said. There was another thing. Oh yeah, the fallout. Obviously, Celsius filed for Chapter 11, and the CEO, Alex Mashensky, resigned. Yeah, well, that's kind of a.
Oh, it's the same thing with the Bankman Fried stuff. So it's just, they leave the company, but they're still involved in it. So just because they're not running it anymore.
So the next hearing, this is important if anybody's involved in Celsius, is the last sentence. The next hearing in the Celsius case is scheduled for December 5th, which is coming up, what, in 2 weeks?
Yeah, right
Or
after
next week?
Thanksgiving, right? So,
In 2 weeks. It's on Monday. And I believe if you're on the Strato website, you can watch the court hearings publicly via like Zoom call. Yeah, but you have to you have to sign up with your real name, your real first name, real last name, your email address, and then you have to get vetted by somebody from the courts that you're part of the case, and you can't be screen recording the court hearing. You can only watch it.
yeah, I'm not going to be watching it. If Twitter is still alive at that point, I'll probably just get the highlights from them.
Right.
So,
Go ahead.
moving on.
Moving on.
FTX, more bankruptcy stuff. And this is kind of key. It's kind of deep in the article, but Matt DeSalvo writes FTX bankruptcy hearing, Bahamas liquidators transfer case to Delaware creditor names remain redacted. Redacted? Yeah, so the lawyers for, not for FTX, but for the prosecution, I guess would be the U.S., is basically saying, we don't want this to happen in the Bahamas, and there's a good reason for that. Apparently, according to this article, where do we find it? The Bahamian authorities had their fingers in the pie. And well, I guess we're getting the quote exactly was Bahamian government directed unauthorized access to client funds. So, yeah, there's that. It's just funny because they originally came out and said, oh, don't worry about it, United States, we'll handle it ourselves. And the United States like, no. You guys are in on this. Back to the U.S., so you got to do it in Delaware, which is where FTX has been incorporated.
Yeah, which is probably for the best.
Yeah.
The Bahamian government still holds all those coins, even though the case is over here. The coins are still under their jurisdiction. So
Yep.
it's kind of like, yeah. So according to this news, yeah, the case moved, but the coins are over there. They're not transferred yet. So and
U.S.
it doesn't say.
U.S.
Right.
doesn't care about that stuff.
Uh,
If the Bahamian government does something with it, they'll be held accountable for a different reason. So it's within their purview to not move them.
okay. Yeah, that's just my concern, knowing that it's still held under their supervision. It's like, I don't
Yeah.
know. Don't lose those 12 words,
Yeah.
man.
We already know they're not. Oh, I'm sure it's more than that, but we already know that the Bahamian government's somewhat in trouble here because they were accomplices, effectively. I don't know if they'll be named in the suit, but yeah, whatever they're
That'll be
doing,
another one.
it better be all above board because all of this stuff that Sam Bankman-Fried was not above board at all. That's why he's in trouble.
It
So
is chaos. I mean, this is just one of the many events that's going on with FTX. Who would have known that this would have stuck? Obviously, like we mentioned before, this is not the end. It's still going to keep going. There's still a lot of fallout going on. Like almost every day, companies are going bankrupt or filing for Chapter 11 due to FTX. The yeah, I'll leave it at that.
yeah, it's crazy. So lastly,
Last article. Oh, there we go.
Bitcoin will
Last
become
article
less.
is yes, Bitcoin will become
Less.
less important for cybercrime payments. Kaspersky, written by Will McCurdy. Now, this is more going to be a commentary. We already know that Bitcoin's blockchain is a public ledger. If you did not know, and all transactions are publicly visible to just about everybody that can trace that. Now, as the years have gone by, a lot of companies, private and public, have developed high quality data tracing when it comes to the public ledger. And now scammers, hackers, and organized crime has that's been using Bitcoin to wash their money are being caught because the technology to track these transactions is very, very, very good. And that's pretty much what this news article is stating, that the criminals are actually looking less at Bitcoin and looking at other coins such as Monero. Now, Monero is a big privacy coin. It's not that high actually. What is Monero at? It doesn't say on here. But yeah, they're moving over to Monero, which makes sense. But the thing is, the majority of people aren't using Monero. I think Monero is like $150. I actually, can you check real quick?
Yeah, it was
Let's
150 last I looked. I do hold a tiny bit of Monero, so
check real quick.
um,
I'm going to CoinGecko real
Coin
quick.
Gecko. Oops,
XMR.
that's Coin Tree, not Coin Gecko.
XMR is at 134 with a market cap of 2.4 billion.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's up there at ranked number 27. So it's
Mm-hmm.
up there. People are using it, but it seems like criminals are going to be. See, this article is kind of a commentary within itself, just stating that they're going to assume that criminals are going to be using Monero or even Tornado. Was it not Tornado Cash? Uh, what was that one that
Raptorium,
mixer that Ethereum mixer? It
Tornado Cash.
was it Tornado Cash?
Mm.
No, yeah.
Yeah, that was the one that was locked down by the U.S. government.
Okay, Tornado Cash. Okay, then yes, there it is. Yeah, but Monero's a big one. That's pretty much what it's saying here. Um,
Yeah, so it
how
is.
about not be a criminal? How about that?
Well, I mean, for whatever purpose, criminal activity is done out of opportunity, right? You see an opportunity and you take it. It just happens to be contradictory to what everyone else seems to want to do. I mean, there's plenty of things people do wrong. That I guess the thing I was thinking about was not monetary payments, but what is one of the quote criminal things that people do on a regular basis, right? And we're not talking about jaywalking, because at least in California, that's not illegal anymore. Thank goodness. But running red
Burning toast?
lights, running red lights, running stop signs, doing U-turns in the middle of the road. Technically, those are crimes, but unless they're caught, who's going to stop them, right? It's only the police force that can actually do anything about it. And if they don't do anything, then is it really illegal? I think one big article I saw recently was how petty crime in California in particular is skyrocketed up to like 300% in the last 2 years. And it's because a lot of these crimes were demoted to lesser crimes. So they're basically just a slap on the wrist. And so what they're saying is people know that as long as it's less than $950, they're not going to get in trouble. And if it's low enough, the cops aren't going to do anything.
I think this article, if anything, applies to just like solo or lower crime individuals, because in all seriousness, they should be targeting Lazarus Group.
Yeah.
The thing is, they're never going to touch Lazarus, dude. North Korea and Lazarus Group is untouchable, and they're the ones that are hacking the big money. Yeah. So what? You write this article. They're not using Monero. They don't care if you publicly see the transaction. They got it, man. What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? Go to North Korea and steal it back?
Yeah.
Well, maybe. I mean, but what else can we do? We can't go there, so. And they won't come here, so the only thing you can do is hack them. I'm sure someone's hacking North Korea.
Yeah.
They're probably not talking about doing it either. So, anyways, yeah, Cointree in particular. If y'all want to check out the ways you can donate to us, and we appreciate it, you can hit the thumbs up and like button on YouTube. You can also donate a little bit of Satoshis to our Bitcoin wallet or Litecoin wallet, or any of the other wallets in between. We definitely accept Monero if you want to be anonymous. And check out, our various social medias: YouTube, Discord, Twitter, Odyssey for sure, and other things. We got Patreon, Anchor, Spotify, and other things like Tippin' Me. So. So again, and Twitch. My bad. Sorry. Well, I mean, people are watching on Twitch, right?
I'm
live. Live on the Twitch.
/blockchainjohn.
Right. So check us out in various media forms. We appreciate you listening tonight and actually being able to listen tonight. Thanks. I can't remember the guy who notified me that last episode was audio free. Happy holidays to anyone who's going to be celebrating Thanksgiving tomorrow. And happy holidays in the fact that you'll probably hopefully be off from work on Friday as well. So 4-day weekend for the win. Woo!
Yep. Fun fishing.
So with that said, thanks for listening to the news. Stack sats and hodl.
Hodl.
Adios.
Adios.